Let's take a look at Redux Dark Matters for the Sega Dreamcast. You remember the Sega Dreamcast, right? That was the system that this small gaming company named Sega released, back in 1999 in North America at least. And well, it died shortly thereafter. Oh no, you don't know what I'm talking about? Because the Sega Dreamcast has received games, I don't know, almost every single year since its supposed death. Well, anyways, that's just it. The Dreamcast never really did die thanks to indie developers and indie publishers like HuCast, who have constantly been providing the system with quality games ever since its early demise by major third-party publishers. So what is Redux Dark Matters? Well, it's basically a reworked version of Dux, which I actually reviewed earlier last year, I believe it was, or mid last year. And so that means it is a spaceship shooter, or a shmup, shoot 'em up, whatever you want to call it. And this was actually funded by Kickstarter, believe it or not. And it features all new graphics, new ship designs. There's actually 2 ships this time around, and even a 7th level. So it really does feel like a different game. You can definitely see, like portions of Dux throughout the game, but this really does feel like a different beast. One of the best aspects of the game has to be its awesome soundtrack, which you can't hear because I'm just, never shutting up. But anyways, it was composed by Andre Newman with creative input from the guy who actually composed Turrican and R-Type. His name is Chris Hulsbeck, and I'm sorry, I probably am horribly mispronouncing that. But anyways, I highly recommend that you guys, if you're going to pick this game up, that you go for the version that has the soundtrack in it, because it's just bloody awesome. Now, I mentioned the graphics before have been overhauled, and now there's really vivid backgrounds and things like that, but it's not all good, unfortunately. There's now a blur effect that I find really pixelates the game. I tried the game in VGA mode, of course, and in composite, and to be really honest, I didn't notice much of a difference. Colors just seem to pop a bit more in VGA mode, but overall I found that it was actually downgraded compared to Dux, or Dux 1.5, which is the version that I played. It just doesn't look as sharp for whatever reason, even though it's quite vivid, all the colors are great and everything else is good. Just that one aspect was kind of unfortunate that it didn't pass over quite as well. Anyways, in terms of gameplay, it's pretty much the exact same thing. You have your typical charge shot, a standard shot, there's directional missiles, you have the ability to soak enemies, but new in this one is you can actually throw those bullets back at enemies by pressing the R button. And that's kind of neat and makes the game really feel different. And the power pod from R-Type makes its return here as well, except that there's now a veteran difficulty mode, which includes an entirely new spacecraft which does not have the power pod. So you can imagine how much more difficult the game is with that particular ship. So that's pretty much Redux Dark Matters in a nutshell. I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed that they didn't add in sort of like a splash screen to explain what the hell it is that you're even doing here. But in terms of just like an arcade style shoot 'em up, it's a really fun game and definitely well worth the asking price. If you're looking for a Dreamcast game to just sort of dig your teeth into, this is definitely one to check out. I really do highly recommend it. So if you're looking for more information, hit up projectcoe.com for the full written review.